Fight Plus is the ultimate digital platform for live sports and entertainment, and they're now offering a free 7-day trial at tryfight.com. Fight Plus is packed with a premium live event schedule, over 1,000 hours of live action every year, and a library of more than 4,000 hours on demand, plus exclusive content you can't get anywhere else. Fight is a great partner of ours. They support us, so let's support them. Give that free 7-day trial a shot, and you'll be a member for life. That's tryfight.com. tryfite.com.
As cold as a razor blade, as tight as a tourniquet, like the skin on a dying man. I don't want a piece of the world. I want the whole world. I make my own rules because it's much easier that way. Trust me.
What's up, everybody? It's Marcus D'Angelo, and we are back in the Snake Pit. And of course, I am here with the Hall of Famer, pop culture icon, Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake, how you doing this fine day?
Oh, man. Cocked, ready to go, man.
Cocked, locked, loaded.
Yeah.
Man, I know that you're on a whirlwind comedy tour coming up here. Full disclosure for everybody, we're recording this on April 27th. So Jake's got some dates coming up. We're trying to record as far out ahead as we possibly can. So by the time this one drops, your comedy tour will be in full swing.
That's good news, man.
Good news for fans everywhere. I'm glad that they're getting to see this because, man, as we've discussed here, if you haven't seen Jake live, you do not know what you're missing. So, again, follow him on social media. He will be in the middle of his comedy tour by the time you hear this, but I don't think it's over. So keep posted there. And, Jake, let me tell you, this week we've got a pretty fun subject. We are looking back. Ordinarily we look back 30 years, 25 years, something like that. Not this week, my friend. This week, we're looking back just 3 years to your arrival in AEW and the build to Double or Nothing 2020. So full disclosure with everybody, the original plan here was to just discuss the build and the match today and kind of be done with it. But I found so much information when I was doing the research that we've got to break this one into 2 episodes, man, especially if we want to tell the full story. So you ready to jump in?
Let's do this.
I'm psyched, man. Here we go. All right. 2019, and you made an appearance in a vignette for the Women's Casino Battle Royal for All Out, and it kind of got fans buzzing. And there's a good reason why. You were dealing performers in, so to speak. And I've got a quick clip of you with the daughter of one of your old peers, and that is Teal Piper. Here we go.
Feels like a good one. Trust me.
I bet they're all out of answers. But where I come from, we're taught to change the questions. It's time to pay the piper.
So cool little throwback from both of you. You're saying, trust me. She's referencing her dad with changing the questions. Jake, what do you remember about that entire thing? How that all came together?
It was so fucking easy, man. I find this stuff so easy and entertaining, to do. They brought me in to Dallas's studio. It was already set up.
Mm-hmm.
I dressed up a little bit, and we sit down and did it, man. I couldn't believe they were going to let me smoke inside the studio.
So that was actually going to be my next question is, Dallas, I know that he's living clean. Here you are in his studio smoking. What do you have to say about it?
He's the one that okayed it.
Hey, man, it's showbiz.
It's all about the look, It's all about what they wanted. They wanted a nasty card dealer. So how else can you make him nasty other than stick a cigarette in his mouth?
I'll tell you, it was cooler than the other side of the pillow, as the saying goes, seeing you in that setting with like kind of the James Bond music. Man, just a match made in heaven. Was Teal Piper there as well, or was that taped later?
That was taped later.
Oh, okay. Have you ever been around her?
No, I haven't.
She's a cool young lady, certainly a rising star, and man, just interesting to see. Even though it wasn't in person, interesting to see you two together after the history you've got with her dad. So
Is
I
she
want to
still with AEW?
no. So I think
I
that
didn't
was
think
kind of like a
so.
one-off appearance. Now she's doing the indies, keeping busy as hell, and man, she's a star on the rise. I don't think it's going to be
That's
long
cool.
before AEW or WWE scoops her up because she's got it.
That's awesome, bro. That's great to hear.
So what was the original conversation like to bring you in for this vignette?
It's very simple. Dallas says, "Hey, man, I think they want you to do a vignette." I'm like, "Okay." Sign me up, pay me.
Easy as that. Now, at this point, did you have any communication with Tony Khan, or was it all through Dallas?
No, all through Dallas.
Okay. Yeah, and that was actually the next question. As we know, DDP is close with Cody, so he influenced this entire thing.
Yeah, he did.
That's cool.
Sure did.
And so at this point, there was no discussion whatsoever of bringing you in on a more regular basis.
No, not at all.
When would that conversation have happened? Was that in 2020?
Yes.
Okay. And that time around, is it Tony Khan on the horn giving you a call, or who?
No, it's Cody Rhodes.
Cody does.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. How did the conversation go?
They told me that they wanted to put me with Lance.
All right.
And asked me if I knew him. I said, no, don't know him. Don't know him from shit. You know? So they said, well, we want to do these vignettes. And of course, we did the one that really stuck out, which was filmed at Darby Allin's house, and with the ring out in the field.
Mm-hmm.
And that's awesome stuff there. I hope you got a clip of that.
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact.
Oh, look at me.
We will be watching that one back.
I'm calling the shots.
Before we get that, you are kind of calling the shots here. I think we're getting to know each other so well. You know exactly what tricks are up my sleeve.
Yeah.
So when would you have first talked to Tony Khan?
Oh gosh, I believe it was at my first appearance.
Oh, okay. So the day that you showed up and had that promo with Cody in person.
Right.
Okay. And what were your early interactions with him like?
Oh, they were awesome, man. I love talking to Tony. He's such a knowledgeable guy. Knows so much about wrestling. He knows more about me than I do. That's true, man. That's so true. He can hit you with dates and stuff on me. I'm like, holy shit.
That's pretty remarkable, and I've heard that about him, where somebody will bring up, like, I think it was Tony Schiavone was talking about that old wrestler PN News, the rapper, and Tony Khan just started spouting off his rap lyrics like he had them all memorized.
Oh my God,
an incredible memory on this guy. Now, were there any specific moments that he brought up to you when you talked to him?
No.
Is it just kind of covering the entirety of the career?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Well, look, all of the circumstances come together. It's the perfect guy at the perfect time, as we say here sometimes. And we've got your big debut. So this is from the March 9th, 2020 Observer. Jake Roberts, 64, showed up as a new heel manager to lead people against Cody. I would presume his guy that he teased would be either Lance Archer or Brody Lee. Archer was scheduled to debut on the show on 3-4 in Denver, but wasn't there, and nothing was said. So I could think that if they just came up with the idea of using Roberts, it would make more sense to introduce Roberts first and build intrigue. So, Jake, big audience, national television, and suddenly here you are. You're standing across the ring from one of the hottest baby faces in professional wrestling.
Yeah.
We're about to watch the clip, but before we get there, I want to know, when you're walking out there and you see all these people, national television, any nerves, or is it like riding a bike?
No, man, it's like riding a bike. I was just enjoying the rush, from the pop that I got. The pop was deafening, it really, really was. And made me feel pretty goddamn special, to tell you the truth, man. I appreciate the fans so much for giving me that.
Yeah, it's, I've heard guys say, and I want to say it was Scott Hall actually said it at one point, like, kind of the biggest fear is, the fans just sort of forgetting about you and not caring and all that stuff. And man, if you had any of those fears going in, they were immediately erased with that.
Yeah, no shit.
We'll see it here in a minute. You can see the expressions on people's faces as you're coming out. People are just blown away that Jake the Snake Roberts is strolling in. Talk to me a little bit about getting the TV on that day. What was it like showing up there?
It was odd, I had not been around any of the guys there, and they were all new faces to me, and it was very strange. And getting there at the building at 1:00 in the afternoon, then it not happening till 7 that night, gave me a long time to sweat it if I was going to, and I didn't. I didn't sweat it at all.
Now, what do you think that is? It's just experience where, like,
Just
look, I've
experience, man.
been here, done that, zero nerves.
Just experience. That's all.
That's incredible, man. Even after all those years, it's how long had it been since you had been kind of in a
Oh,
full-time
Jesus
capacity?
Christ.
A while.
Yeah, 90,
7?
25 years, 97.
So, I mean, all that time, and then it's like, yeah, I'm just right back in it. No problem.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
Remarkable, man. Well, you find yourself in a locker room with a bunch of young talents that grew up watching you. And
Yeah.
it was during a time when you're one of the biggest stars in the business, and these guys are kids.
Yeah.
And are a lot of them approaching you to shake your hand or get photos?
No, man, they were just like, and after I did the interview, then there were a few pictures taken.
That's cool, man. Recently on Twitter, there was kind of a buzz going around because Sean Waltman took issue with this wrestler that was saying it was unprofessional for indie wrestlers to ask stars who came into their promotions for photos backstage. And Sean Waltman was like, I've always been flattered anytime somebody wants to get a photo with me. So indie wrestlers, if you want a photo, just ask and I will do it.
Absolutely.
I was going to say, is that how you feel about it too?
Fuck yeah, man. Are you kidding me? That's silly to even say that.
Right. That was kind of my impression is like, man, it's got to feel great when some of these younger guys come up to you and want a photo or an autograph.
Absolutely, man. Why not?
Well, Cody Rhodes is now one of the biggest stars in wrestling, of course, with WWE. Did you see the potential for him at this stage?
Oh, yeah, obviously. Yeah, I've been watching Cody for some time, even before he left WWE. His ability to run and gun with whatever they gave him, and they gave him some tough stuff to do.
Ooh, man.
His Stardust thing was pretty wild.
Brutal. and not to mention he had a thing that was just based around him having a mustache at one point.
Yeah, the mustache.
It's like
more like a caterpillar.
Are we really running out of gimmicks to that degree that we just have to have a guy with a mustache? Just wild.
Yeah, that's reaching.
Now, you were pretty close with Dusty, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, pretty surreal to find yourself in the ring with his son all these years later?
Well, I'd wrestled Dustin, so no, it didn't bother me at all, man.
That's true. You'd already been around his son. What were you ever around Cody when he was younger?
No, I wasn't.
Never.
I'd never seen him before.
Oh, okay. So not even WWE did you guys cross paths when you were there in like 2014 or the Hall of Fame or whatever?
Nope.
Guys, we all know how important it is to start your day on the right foot, and there is truly no better way to greet the day than with our friends at Athletic Greens. I cannot emphasize strongly enough what a difference AG1 by Athletic Greens has made for me. It's not just convenient, it's not just healthy, but it tastes fantastic too. With one delicious scoop of AG1, I get 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to start my day off on the right foot. These ingredients support gut health, my nervous system, my immune system, recovery focus, and most importantly for me, it was always about my energy. Since starting with AG1, I feel like a new man, and it's really become part of my daily routine. It's easy, it's convenient, and most importantly, it works. I used to be that dude who was buying a bunch of multivitamins, and you would eat them all in the morning, and next thing you know, you're full before you even had your breakfast. Or maybe even worse, I'd be putting together all these shakes. You have to go and get all the ingredients. You have to mix them up in your blender. Then you have to clean your blender afterwards, which is the worst. Why not save yourself the time and the struggle? Go get AG1 by Athletic Greens. Shake it up, drink it. It's delicious. It's easy. It's a huge, huge win. We're talking about less than $3 a day here, too. That's it. Think about the money you're spending on Starbucks, shakes, vitamins, alcohol. Why not take that money and instead make a true investment in your health that'll make a huge difference in how you feel day to day? They've got over 7,000 5-star reviews from people just like you, so why not just give it a try? It's time. Reclaim your health and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free, let me say that again, free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. To get started, just go to athleticgreens.com/snake. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/snake to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. So Meltzer referenced it at the time, and I was convinced that you'd be managing Brody Lee. So it was Lance from the very beginning. They never even mentioned Brody.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Now, the Dark Order thing was kind of going, and everybody was trying to figure out who the Exalted One was. And I know that your name was getting brought up a lot just because of that image of you taking off a cloak or whatever. I'm sure fans would have lost their damn minds. Are you satisfied with how things turned out, or do you think you could have had some legs in the Dark Order?
I could have done anything they wanted.
Mhm.
You know, that's just who I am. It would have been great doing the Dark Order thing, man, but I'm satisfied with doing Lance, man. I love Lance to death. He's a great, great, great piece of talent. He has so much to offer. He's untapped.
No doubt about that. Lance Archer, God, irreplaceable look, great talent, great mic skills. He's kind of got the full package. I think all he needs is a little bit more exposure, and man, he could be skyrocketing.
All he needs is a button, man.
That's it.
They
Well,
push that button and he's there.
Well, look, Jake, we couldn't do this without watching the clip of your debut promo. The internet went absolutely nuts after this, and it's easy to see why. It's March 5th, 2020, and you've got a quote here that's become wrestling legend.
What the hell? Jake Roberts. Everybody standing. This is unbelievable. This is not an illusion. Wow. Completely shocked Cody. Do you see that reaction on his face? You got a Hall of Fame guy whose reputation precedes him, just walking out unannounced.
One of the most dangerous, one of the most devious individuals ever to step inside the squared circle.
Getting the scent.
Maybe the most devious.
I hate to spoil the party, but damn, man, I got tired of listening to you cry and bitch. I never cried over one match in my career. And you're gonna let that little punk son of a bitch get you down to crying? He whipped you like a dog. Don't you understand you got your ass kicked? He handed it right to you. But that's not why I'm here. Oh, I know. Hail, mighty Caesar. I'm not here to praise you. I'm here to slay you. The only reason I'm here is I have a client. The dark side will be coming to AEW. And once our roots have taken hold, it'll be like this, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, soaring to the sun. It's been 20 years for me, Cody. 20 years to get clean, to get right. And by God, I earned it. And if you think for 1 minute that I'm going to be a nice boy and play right, my man, you got another thing coming. You see, for years, I used to put a snake in a bag just to make somebody think about it. And once you thought about that snake, I had you in the palm of my hand, and I wind up spanking your ass. That's what happens. I will be on the outside of the ring when my client faces you. And you can bring that one-trick pony Arn Anderson with you. My God. Hey. Caesar. Oh, Caesar. What a snake wants, a snake takes. You see, I'm not in AEW to take the whole pie. Just your share. Now, a wise man once told me, never, ever turn your back on somebody you respect or you're afraid of.
Wow.
Wow, was right. Jake, I was grinning ear to ear that whole time, just like I was the first time I saw that.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And by the way, we have a shirt of that quote that you said there at the end from Jake, available at boxinggimmicks.com right now. So if you love that promo as much as I did, go grab a shirt to commemorate it, support this podcast.
Oh, shit, I want one of those.
Dude, we got to get you one of those shirts because, man,
Damn
that
straight.
quote is badass. Jake,
It is, man.
what was it like walking back through the curtain after that?
Oh, my God, man. I was so happy, so proud. I had tears in my eyes, man, because I nailed that son of a bitch.
Oh man, it's a ton of underrated lines in there. Like I don't want the
Yeah.
whole pie, just your piece. Just man, unbelievable. Now the reactions from people backstage, Tony Khan, etc. What's everybody saying?
Oh, they're blown away. They're blown away.
Easy to see why Tony's got you earmarked as somebody who can help other people learn with
Yeah.
promos and the training.
Absolutely.
Because God Almighty, no matter how many years go by, every time you touch the mic, it is absolute magic.
Yeah. I'm very fortunate to have learned and picked up things along the way, but and God Almighty for giving me a brain that still remembers something.
Now, was that all off the cuff stuff that you thought
Yeah.
of?
Yeah, all off the cuff.
Incredible.
Just went out there and did it.
On it, like, and I want our listeners to think about that for a second. Quite a few iconic little quotes and moments, quotable things that he said in there, stuff that could go on a T-shirt, and it's off the cuff.
Yeah.
Look, if there's somebody else that can do that nowadays, I point them out. I want to see them.
I don't know.
So Jake, you had mentioned you had not really seen any of Lance Archer's work in the past as Lance Hoyt,
No.
right?
Right.
Okay.
No.
Now, first time you meet him, what's your first impression?
Jesus Christ, what a beast. What a fucking beast, man. I mean, my God. Oh, if I'd been his size, I would have been world champion.
Man, the size, the look, strength, just kind of, as you mentioned, is he's got kind of all the pieces.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the get-go, were you like, okay, I can help him tweak this or that, or do you just think you can? What did you think you could help him tweak?
His interviews.
Okay.
Yeah, we've worked on them together, and he's a great student. He picks up quick too. Picks it up real quick.
Well, I said here a few minutes ago that he's got it all, including promos, and it shows that you worked with him. Like you could see him.
I appreciate that, but it is all him.
Well, I think he always had the skill. He just needs somebody to help him unlock it.
Well, I think he's spent so much time in Japan, he's never gotten the opportunity to work on his mic skills, Think about it.
Yeah.
You do independence, you're not really learning a whole lot there. you're hopping from here to here to here, and every now and then they give you a mic and want you to blurt out something. But it's different if you're working for a company. You gotta make it work long term. So
Right.
you plant seeds along the way that you can always go back to.
Man, you're going to be on American TV. Yep, you better have some polished mic work, and he's there. He's getting there for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, Jake, COVID hits just a couple weeks after your debut, and the world just comes to a screeching halt. AEW hammers on, but what was your initial thought? Like, holy shit, I just got back, and now it's gonna shut down.
I thought the rug was going to be jerked out from under me, man. I thought, what a fucking rib this is. Just got back, and then this shit hits, and they're talking about nobody doing nothing.
Oh.
And I got to give it to Tony Khan for just pushing on,
Incredible, innovative. It kind of forced everybody in entertainment to find new ways to innovate, and Tony Khan rose to the occasion. Now, when you're getting called in and you're hearing about all these, it's like it tends to affect folks from your generation really negatively. Any fear on your side when it comes to traveling, being around people?
No, man. I mean, if you get it, you get it, man. That's the way I kind of felt about it. I mean, Christ, I've been on the road for all my life, man. And it's not the first time I faced something that everybody else was getting. And sure, there was extra concern for me because I have lung issues anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I tried to do the right thing, but it didn't matter. I wound up getting it 3 times.
3 times. My goodness.
Yeah.
Now, was it worse every time or just really bad the first time?
No, it was really bad the first time. The second time, it wasn't so bad. The third time, I barely knew it.
Well, that's good. I mean, I guess your body's stronger, building up immunity to it, but like
It must.
A low key part for people to think about here is that there's constantly fans wanting to come up and put their arm around you, shake your hand, getting in your personal space very often. And man, that's
in airplanes, man.
Airplanes,
man. I was going to airports that were like ghost towns. I mean, you go into the Atlanta airport and you see less than 100 people when you walk in the concourse. Are you fucking kidding me?
Nuts.
That's one gate normally. And you walk the whole concourse and not see 100 people.
Just wild. Such unprecedented times. Man, it's incredible that everybody was able to push through and continue working. And, while the world kind of stopped and slowed down, you guys were giving us some entertainment, and it was awesome. Speaking of that, working without a crowd, Jake, what was that like for you?
Oh, man. That's the hardest thing an athlete can do is work without a crowd, because you don't get to steal that energy. You don't get that. You don't get the kick from it,
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I think a lot of the guys that went out there and pushed through it. For a while, Tony was bringing in extras just to sit in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And hell, I'd go out and sit in the audience a lot, man, just to try to give those guys something to work to.
Right. I remember seeing you out there, like the Gun Boys would be out there kind of cheering everybody on. And it's like, man, you got to do what you got to do and get people reacting. And, it's because part of even the home audiences they're watching, part of getting excited is seeing all the other fans on TV get excited. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's like, man, what a low key important aspect of it. Also, like you have mentioned before, Jake, that you go out there and you're cutting a promo, and sometimes you'll change it or alter what you're doing based on crowd reaction, and now you just don't have it.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Nothing there, man. So it's kind of like, holy shit. You're in the classroom in front of a teacher and there's nobody else there.
Hey guys, we're going to stop the action for a moment to talk to you for a few minutes about America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh. Why is it America's #1 meal kit? With HelloFresh, you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip the trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. Spring is here, guys, and the flavor is in full bloom at HelloFresh. Enjoy the taste of spring with chef-crafted recipes featuring ripe, seasoned ingredients delivered right to your door. Here's what I love about HelloFresh. Not only is the food delicious, not only do they make it easy with their pre-portioned ingredients, but it's also less expensive than grocery store shopping and 25% cheaper than takeout. Let me say that again, 25% cheaper than takeout. If you're like my busy family, you're probably going to take out pretty regularly because the convenience factor. Well, why not eliminate a huge chunk of the expense, get higher quality food, and continue to enjoy the convenience? And HelloFresh does more than just delicious dinners. Not only can you take your pick from 40 weekly recipes, but you can choose from over 100 items to round out your order, from snacks and easy lunches to desserts and pantry necessities. Everything arrives in one box on a delivery day that you choose. We tried HelloFresh here in my house, and we're never going back. My wife is happy because we're saving so much money, and we're also blowing off some steam together after long days at work by spending time together putting these easy and delicious meals together. Just the other night, we had the chicken sausage spaghetti bolognese, and it felt like we were eating in some fancy Italian restaurant. But we had the satisfaction of knowing that we made it together with some help from HelloFresh. Don't wait any longer, guys, and don't waste any more of your hard-earned money. Go to HelloFresh.com/Snake16 and use code SNAKE16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping. That's HelloFresh.com/Snake16 for, that's right, 16 free meals and free shipping on America's #1 meal kit. God, yeah, just so strange, but you guys continue to build this thing and get fans really excited about it despite that. After a promo with you, Lance, and Shivani, we're treated to a fun vignette that we referenced a little bit earlier, and it shows us just what a badass Archer truly is. Here's our next clip.
Shit.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, to the Murdoch Mansion. Who is here is able to accept the challenge? He accepts all shapes and sizes. Who is ready to try or die? Try or die! Try or die! Try or die! Try or die! Try or die!
Well, certainly a mistake by that last dude. He just
That's
fucked up
what
on a
happens
funny
when
guy.
that's what happens when you're a friend of Darby Allin.
So yeah, you referenced it. That's Darby Allin's property.
Yeah, man. Yeah, sure was.
That's really cool. Well, look, Jake, it's immediately I was reminded of something whenever I saw that whole thing. We had the chanting, we had kind of this motley crew of guys out there. It reminded me a lot of that Halloween Havoc 1992 commercial with you and Sting, right?
Yeah, it does kind of give that to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
chanting and whatnot. And I know that Tony
yeah,
Khan is this huge fan of early 90s WCW. To
yeah.
your, was Tony Khan there for the filming?
No, he sure wasn't. Sure wasn't.
Oh, okay. Do you remember who would have been producing that? Kevin Sullivan? Not the
No,
devil.
no, 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 no. I don't remember who was doing it, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, just fantastic stuff. I mean, if you want to make a monster, Lance Archer looked like a fucking savage there. So
Yeah, all those guys don't live there with Darby, but they damn sure died there.
anything else that you remember about that day or filming?
No, man, just so impressed with Lance. Just so impressed. Christ.
He's
What a
such a
fucking
beast.
beast. Oh my God.
All right, well, you and Lance continue to try and get Cody's attention, and due to COVID, it seems like the pre-tapes are kind of increasing a little bit as we try to get less
Yeah.
people traveling and whatnot. And I'm not mad at it. Neither was the audience, because our final clip this week is a pre-tape that is absolutely tremendous.
Lance Archer is romping and stomping, chomping at the bit, just to get in the ring with somebody from All Elite Wrestling. You know, when that all started, it was then you took the best of the or somebody's best. Guess it was yours, Cody.
Time out. What did you swear? What did you say there?
I must have.
I'm wondering if you said pussies or what.
Yeah, I probably did.
I guess it must have been. All right, we hammer on.
And AEW was formed back in January. And it was going to be something that had never been done before, where it gave the people what they wanted. Well, I got to argue that. You know, my phone didn't ring, and here I am, the best mind that ever wrestling's ever had. And yet, not a phone call. Lance Archer is in Japan, where you guys were seeing him romp and stomp. Oh my God, that's the problem right there. You guys seen what he was doing. Oh, and you were afraid. Well, I can certainly get that. I mean, right now I'm still paying for doctor bills from his last training session. My God. Caesar, let us do it. Give us a chance. Bring your people. You know, all of them. Bring whoever you want. Bring the old man, Arn Anderson. Bring, what's her name? Samson's Delilah, or Caesar's Cleopatra, or maybe even Bill's Monica. I don't know. Bring her. Somebody sit down with us and give us something to sign. Says, you, Cody, will meet us. Just once. That's all I'm asking for, is one time. And we'll get done what we want to get done. What you gonna do, Cody? It's up to you. Trust me.
Well, that'll give you goosebumps.
You know, I hate to admit it, I don't even remember doing that.
You really don't?
I really don't.
Wow. Well,
but I do love the line, Bill's Monica.
Dude, just tremendous. The fire.
That sucks. No, she did.
I mean, the fire, the gloomy nature. You hit the trust me at the end. I mean, it just doesn't get much better than that, does it?
Oh man, that's sweet. That's sweet.
Fantastic. And, the next year we would see Arn Anderson burning some stuff at a fire at Cody's house. You said you don't remember it. You don't remember if this was filmed at Cody's house or where would this have been?
No, I don't know where it was filmed.
No idea. Well, that's okay.
Cody's house.
Well, I mentioned him just now, and you did in the promo. Arn Anderson, much like you, great in the managerial role there in AEW. He was in Mid-South, I think, is the same time as you, working as Marty Lundy.
Yeah.
Then you were around him in 88 when he came to the WWF, again in 92 in WCW. Did you really talk much or spend much time around him?
Not really, man. Just never around him that much.
Yeah, and I mean, like, in a professional setting, it's not like you're walking up to him and trying to make a new buddy or whatever. You're just there to do the job, and that's that.
I was around him a short time in Georgia Championship Wrestling. When we gave him his name, Arn Anderson.
You were part of giving him his name.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
It was just the thing to do. It was the right spot with
Ole.
With Ole being there and everything. I've been around Ole for years. That right there will make you tough.
Not always a good thing to be around Ole.
Oh, fuck no.
Well, I mean, you guys hit the nail on the head. He looks like, and I thought they were shoot cousins or brothers or whatever.
Yeah, he definitely does.
Yeah, they look related. No doubt. Wears it well. So does his son now. So how about in 2020? And now you guys work there together now. Do you guys spend much time around each other?
Yeah. We hang out a little bit, talk a little bit.
That's cool, because I know you both personally, and you both have like very similar thoughts on wrestling in general, psychology, stuff like that. So cool to hear that you guys are connecting even all these years later.
Absolutely. He's a pleasure to be around.
Man, and what a match made in heaven is you guys on opposing sides of this whole thing.
Oh, God, yeah.
We're going to talk about Arn on the next edition, but we'll hammer on a little further here now. The TNT title tournament begins on the 4/8 TV show. Did you know right away that Cody and Archer were going to be headed to Double or Nothing, or was that like a build?
Yeah. Build into it.
Now, at the time, how are you adjusting to being back in the swing of things in locker rooms? Some of
it was easy, man. Are you kidding, man? I was like fish out of water, I finally made it back to the water, and I'm just swimming along, man. And it was easy as pie.
Now, a little different setting than the last time you were hanging around locker rooms, I imagine. With all these young guys around.
Yeah.
How would you say that the locker room has changed since the 80s or 90s?
Jesus. It's completely different. It is completely different, man. Guys don't talk the way they used to. They don't help each other out the way they used to. That's the one thing I think that guys could really use is just kick back 5 or 6 of them and just toss it around back and forth, and let's see what comes out of this. You should be able to get a lot of information out of that.
Right. It's I always hear people say like you do a lot of learning in the car, in the locker room,
Yeah,
talking to people after
absolutely.
the
The
match.
cars.
And now it's like a lot of these guys have their own like buses and stuff like that. Some of them travel
Jesus
solo.
Christ.
How in the world are you going to learn from the other guys?
You're not, man. Everybody keeps to themselves now, very hush hush. They don't talk about their issues or nothing, man. How do you learn if you don't talk about your problems or your shortcomings?
That's it too. Now I do want to ask, like Lance is a younger guy, but he was still wrestling in like the early 2000s and whatnot,
Yeah.
establishing himself. So he's been in the business for a while. Are you spending a lot of your time with him when you get to TV?
Not too much. Not too much. When we need to do something, we do something. But we sit and talk for time. Sometimes we go have a meal together. But no, man, we're just doing our own thing.
Lance, would you consider him a close friend at this point?
Yes, definitely.
Good. He's a great guy. And by the way,
Yeah,
he expressed some interest on your social media of coming on this show. So it's something we got to maybe see if we can make happen. I think it'd be fun to have him on.
Absolutely. Good idea.
Who are you hanging around whenever you get to TV? You mentioned Arn. Anybody else that's kind of your buddy?
No, I just kind of slide around. Just do my thing, man.
That's cool, dude. Couple more questions and we're out for this week. So you mentioned before, sometimes younger talents aren't necessarily interested in picking the brains of veteran talents. Does Lance come to you a lot, seek your input?
He'll throw things up. We'll talk about them, but nothing specifically.
Okay. And I'm curious, Jake, when you were young, were you going up to veterans in the locker room asking for advice?
Not too much.
I was gonna say, it seems like that era of dudes like would not have liked that, would not have wanted you to
Yeah.
come bug them, right?
No, we kind of learned everything in the cars.
Yeah, it's I find the whole thing very odd as far as like how you approach people and the right time to approach people and whatnot.
Right.
You consider yourself pretty approachable though with these young
Oh,
talents.
definitely.
Yeah, you want them to come up and talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I hope that the people start taking advantage of it, and I hope that our listeners enjoyed this episode. This was awesome, and the stories. We're going to continue the story next week as we finish the build and look back to the actual match between Lance and Cody at Double or Nothing 2020. Guys, if you're looking to attract that 25 to 54 male demographic to your product or service, why haven't you gone to advertise with snake.com yet? Jake is still, to this day, legitimate household name. He's still over like Rover, and you can get him to put your stuff over to the exact audience you're targeting. So if you need evidence that it works, just listen to some of our episodes. We always talk about all the same products, and that's because our advertisers know that what we do works. Head to advertisewithsnake.com, team up with the Hall of Famer. JakeTheSnakeShop.com is rocking and rolling, man. Things are selling out routinely over there. Let me tell you, you do not want to miss your chance to get your hands on some rare signed collectibles. You can either wait till Jake comes to a city near you, or you can go right now to JakeTheSnakeShop.com and add a new centerpiece to your collection. You got to check out Jake on Cameo too, guys. It's cameo.com/JakeSnake. Here's a short little review from a guy named Tanner on there. My hero. This brought tears to my eyes. He did such a great job, and this video will be cherished for life. So
that's cool.
That is cool. And guys, you can go and get a video that you're going to cherish for life. Take a look at the other reviews on there. You're going to see that everybody feels the same way. Again, it's cameo.com/JakeSnake. Order yours today. We know that summer is almost here, and we've got you covered over at boxofgimmicks.com. We just added some beach towels. We just added some stylish shorts, tank tops, a badass fanny pack, so you can bring all your stuff to the beach and keep your phone in there and all that fun shit. Don't wait. Get over to the Snake Pit page at boxofgimmicks.com. Check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/@snakepitpod for short clips from our show highlights and some exclusive content. We just did another giveaway. You signed one of your cards from 1990, one of those old WWF classics. It's cool as hell. And we're going to keep doing stuff like that. So guys, get over there. It's youtube.com/@snakepitpod. Completely free. Just subscribe. You're eligible to win free stuff from Jake. It's amazing. Also, if you've enjoyed this podcast, please like, subscribe, give us a 5-star review on all platforms. And just a reminder, you can get the Snake Pit and all of our other shows early and ad-free at adfreeshows.com, starting at just $9 a month. Bonus content, exclusive interactions with some of your favorite professional wrestlers. If you're a wrestling fan, you're not over there, I don't know what you're doing. Get over to adfreeshows.com, get signed up. Catch Jake on Twitter at JakeSnakeDDT, on Instagram at JakeTheSnakeDDT, and on Facebook at Real Jake the Snake. Follow me on Twitter at Marcus P. D'Angelo, and follow the podcast at Snake Pit Pod on all social media platforms. Jake, I look back 3 years, and it was a fun one today, man.
Oh, yeah, it was, man. Thanks for the help.
Hey, thank you for all the awesome moments and for continuing to do your thing there in AEW. And we'll continue to do our thing right here on the Snake Pit.
See ya.
Hey everybody, this is Ian Riccaboni, the voice of Ring of Honor Wrestling. Say with Conrad, they were very appreciative of my time and they really worked with my schedule. The Conrad's team met me at the hours that I needed to meet them to walk through the specifics. The paperwork was clear, the communication was clear to make the decision super easy to work with. So we actually went from a 30-year mortgage, we refinanced down to a 15-year mortgage, and now our house is going to be paid by the time the kids go to college. If you want to save like I did and like Nick Aldis did and so many others in the professional wrestling world, please go to savewithconrad.com.
NMLS number 65084, equal housing lender. Woo!
It's savewithconrad.com.